I got the right one. Hey, yo, crew members.
Hey, yo, ho.
I like making it a little different sometimes.
That was like excitement and pain because I just cracked my forearm on the corner of this thing.
Why would you do that?
I was reaching for my water.
Why would you do that?
Because I want to live. And I need...
Okay, I feel like if I ask you one more time, it's going to sound... It's going to get a little too heavy. I'm not going to do that.
Good. So, why don't you tell the people what we got this week, brother?
All right, so we are going to do our recap of the Game Awards that just got done running through on Thursday. And we're also going to talk about a bunch of the trailers that we saw and also a little bit of controversy that happened in there.
Do you want to get the controversy out of the way first so we can end with good stuff, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. So, like, one of the biggest things, and like Andy and I were talking about before we cracked the mics on, at the Game Awards, they really didn't give the developers, like, any fucking time. They only gave them, like, 30 seconds to say what they wanted to say before they started playing music and trying to get them off.
Yeah.
Like,
video game developers.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3. Like, they were trying to talk about the people that they lost during like, the whole development session of that fucking game.
And meanwhile, they got the screen in the back telling them to wrap it up.
Yep, and the music's starting to go. It's like, dude, that is so fucking insensitive.
Cutting off video game developers at the Video Game Awards when you're giving basically unlimited time to actors and directors. And it's coming from someone, I love Anthony Mackie.
Oh, absolutely.
I love Jordan Peele.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. It ain't their fault. But why are you giving them endless time at the expense of the people that you are there for?
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, so just to try to give everybody an idea of like nice little flip the script, at the Oscars, you're going to talk about like shit for the Grammys. You know what I mean? Like everything's going to be based off of the music instead of instead of the show.
Yeah. It was definitely backwards.
And it's bullshit.
Definitely.
Like, I do not like it. One of the things I did see, or I saw later on that I fucking laughed my ass off at, was Christopher Judge. Did you see that? So last year, Christopher Judge actually set a record for the Game Awards for the longest speech at like 8 minutes and some odd seconds. So when he got up there this time, because he was announcing an award, he said, "Don't worry, not going to do another one of those long speeches." He said, "Funny thing though, my speech is longer than the Call of Duty campaign from 3, Modern Warfare 3." And
beautiful joke.
Awesome.
Killed.
Awesome. I love it. I mean, look, it is one of the things that like you and I have shit on Activision for a while. So actually having somebody that's within the industry say something like that's just so fucking funny to me.
You got to poke fun sometimes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, dude, those devs were not happy with that.
And it's so rude because especially you're talking about, Baldur's Gate 3, that's a big deal. For their studio and everything. So to not give them the time, that's like cutting off, whoever wins, the movie of the year and shit like that, not letting them, do their spiel. Like, come on now.
Yeah, you're literally not letting these people thank the ones who literally made this shit happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that part was easily the biggest criticism of the Game Awards.
Yeah, hopefully they fix that for next year.
Keeley said that he does agree that the music was played too fast for the award winners this year, and I asked our team to relax that rule as the show went on. While no one was actually cut off, it's something to address going forward. This is something that he did post on X, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Okay, so first of all, the only reason nobody was quote-unquote cut off is because they got the message because you were rushing the shit out of them. They would have gotten cut off. They just cut themselves off. Yeah, and because look, they're not actors. They're not people who know how to keep talking or cannot stop themselves from talking. You know what I mean? That's not what they normally do on an everyday basis. These are behind the scenes people.
Exactly.
These are behind the scenes people.
All right, so you want to kick the you want to do all the winners and then we'll talk about trailers?
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
So, you got the first win of the night. Best esports event was League of Legends, the World Championship. So that one I will give you.
I thought I'd be okay with that only because, and like I said, it won last year. Or it was like the most popular last year, so it wasn't a far stretch. It's one of those, show me someone can beat you before I'm going to vote against you.
That is true. Let's see here. The best esport coach went to the one I picked, Potter.
Potter, yeah.
Yep, Christine Potter Chi for Evil Geniuses and Valorant.
Smart.
Next one we had best esports team. We both lost on that one. That one was JD Gaming for League of Legends.
Which is crazy because remember when I said I feel stupid because I'm going against my pick?
You did. You absolutely did.
Yep.
Yeah, see what happens when you go against yourself? Yeah. Let's see here. The next one we have is the best esport athlete. You picked Ruler, I picked Imperial Hal, and we were both wrong.
Yes, we were.
It went to Faker.
Yeah.
Again, League of Legends.
I'm telling you, man, I should have just stuck with my gut. I should have stuck with my gut and just League of Legends this whole thing.
So fucking funny. All right, let's see here. Content Creator of the Year, I believe, is the next. Nope. Yeah, I'm sorry. Best esport game. I actually got that one. Yeah, Valorant. So not mad at that. Next one we have is Content Creator of the Year. This is another one that we had no idea who was who, but Andy picked it right with Iron Mouse.
Hell yeah, baby.
Most anticipated game. See, I knew what the winner was going to be. I still went with what I want. I'm irritated as shit that this is getting all of these accolades because, like, I don't believe remakes and remasters should get this type of look.
I agree with you, and unfortunately, for the foreseeable future, I wouldn't even be happy if I was a game in one of these categories with Final Fantasy because their fan base is just so incredibly large and clearly don't seem to give a shit what they get. So as long as it's got Final Fantasy in it, they're going to vote for it.
I get that.
And, like, you're never going to... Like, that's like being in a category with Taylor Swift. Like, you ain't going to win, bruh. You ain't going to win.
Facts.
You ain't going to win. You ain't even going to come close.
All right, yeah, so Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was the one that got most anticipated game. Andy was right on that.
I didn't want to be, by the way. Just note that. I just knew that you can't vote against them.
Yeah. And look, again, I fully understand. Fully get it. Let's see here. Next one we have is Player's Voice. I don't remember that. I do not remember this one as a
I don't either.
As a category.
Did we even answer it?
That's actually
because we ran through each one.
Yeah, we did, dude. We
on their website.
We have 3 pages worth of shit. So
yeah.
No, I don't see it at all. So congratulations to Baldur's Gate 3 for winning Player's Voice. That is awesome. Good for y'all.
Yeah.
And then we have the best multiplayer, and this one was presented by Discord for whatever reason we had to put that out. Let's see, best multiplayer. I know for a fact we did that.
We did. Where
the fuck is it? This is so bad. I thought we were better than this. There we go. Got it.
We both picked the same thing, didn't we?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yep. Baldur's Gate 3 won best multiplayer. And best sports/racing game. Not surprised at this.
No, I guessed F1 though, didn't
I? Yeah, you guessed. I mean, dude, look, I went with what I wanted. So, you know what I mean? That was Hot Wheels. So, I mean, we both lost because Forza Motorsport won that one. Next one up was the best sim strategy game. We both got that one for Pikmin 4.
Pikmin, baby.
And best family game actually went to Andy.
And I remember saying that too because I was
Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's the only thing they can win. Like, family game has to go to a Nintendo game.
I get that. I still don't fully agree, but I get that. This was probably one of the biggest upsets that happened. Street Fighter 6 beat Mortal Kombat 1 in best fighting game.
That is pretty wild. We both guessed MK1, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, because that's probably the safest bet you're going to find,
Yeah.
to be completely honest. Let's see here. Best RPG. Andy got that one with Baldur's Gate 3.
You didn't pick that one?
No, I picked Sea of Stars because I want to be different.
Oh, I just want to be right. I'd like if I was right and different, but sometimes you can't have those.
That is true.
This made me so happy right here, by the way. So happy.
Even though it wasn't even your pick.
Yeah, I know.
So best action adventure game went to Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which so that one made perfect sense to me. Like that was such an amazingly fun game. So much fun in there, so much wild shit to do. The next one we have is best action game. Neither one of us got that one. That one goes to Armored Core 6. And where else we at? Okay, here we go. Best VR AR game. This one, yeah, we both picked on this one. This was easy.
Dude, that was
Resident Evil Village VR mode.
Slam dunk, bro. Slam dunk. That was that one right there. That's Giannis at the rim with no defense right there. That was just that's it.
Best mobile game. Neither one of us got it right. It went to Honkai Star Rail. So that one's an L for both of us. Next we have best debut indie game, and this one, both are right again. It was Cocoon.
Cocoon.
I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing in that game. I've still been messing with it, and I still don't. Dude, there's only 3 controls.
You're cocooning.
How? How do I cocoon?
With one of those 3 buttons.
How do I cocoon? I don't understand.
You only got 3 buttons. Figure it out.
You fucking figure it out. Think I wouldn't do that? I got the fucking jersey for it. I ain't gonna do that. Next one we have is best indie game, and this one actually kind of shocked me a little bit. I fully expected Cocoon to take this one, and apparently it makes sense for them taking the indie stuff.
Yeah.
But Sabotage Studio took it with Sea of Stars.
Which is funny because you wanted Sea of Stars for another one.
Yet
you didn't pick it for this one.
I did. Bastards.
That's like me not going with my gut on League of Legends.
Next one we have is best community support. Neither one of us got this one right. This one went to Baldur's Gate 3. And Twitch, I can understand it. You know what I mean? Like how huge the game was when it came out this year, on top of the fact of just everything, you know what I mean, everything else with it. And they jumped on like the fixes and the patches on that really quickly. Yeah, we're not looking that good on this, dude.
I just want to beat you. What do you mean?
You just want to beat me? Damn.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, bro.
Bro,
all right, so best ongoing game went to Cyberpunk 2077, and neither one of us picked that. Best game for Impact, we won. We got that one.
Chia.
Yep.
Chia.
Dude, I still have it. I still have it on the PS5, downloaded.
Chia.
I just need to actually fucking do something with it. Wrong screen.
Hey-oh.
Next one, we have innovation and accessibility. So this one went to Forza Motorsports, which neither one of us picked. I went with Hi-Fi Rush, and you went with Spider-Man 2. We'll talk about Spider-Man 2 in a little bit when we're done going through all these, because that's definitely a conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so next one we have is Best Performance. And I'm actually really happy that this happened this way, just because it made sense for him to win this. Neil Newborn from Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, he plays the elf that you run with since like the beginning of the game, I believe. Yeah. So look, neither one of us got that one, but
yeah,
I'm not mad at that one though. Best audio design went to Hi-Fi Rush. The time I don't pick it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I definitely should have, because audio design for a game that is based off of using music to fight.
I was about to say, how stupid are we that we're in audio design. There's a title called Hi-Fi Rush, and none of us pick it.
Yeah, we're not the best sometimes.
Slipping.
Best music and score. This one, I mean, I'm not surprised it went to Final Fantasy 16, but I wanted it to go somewhere else just because, I mean, look, at least it was a new Final Fantasy game. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't fucking 7.
Yeah, like regardless.
Rebirth, remake, remaster, redone, whatever the fuck you want to call the
Regardless, you're never going to be surprised when a Final Fantasy game wins something.
I mean,
you might be frustrated, you might be whatever, but you can't be.
Music makes the most sense, though.
Yeah.
It really does. We both took the L on this one For best art direction, it went to Alan Wake 2. And I mean, we can talk about Alan Wake 2. You know what I mean, like later on when we talk about Spider-Man.
Sure.
Because dude, they fucking cleaned house.
Sure did.
They cleaned fucking house. Let's see here. So after that, we went with best narrative.
And speaking of cleaning house,
right
back to Alan Wake,
and right back to the L for both of us. Dude, neither one of us got it, man.
Oh, you already know I done marked the next one.
Best adaptation. Yes, that one went to. Wait a minute, where's it? Where's my adaptation?
I don't know, but I know I picked it.
Yeah, I know you picked it as well. Best adaptation went to The Last of Us. And again, perfect sense. I don't remember what the hell I picked.
Coming back for a second
I probably
season.
picked Super Mario Brothers, knowing me.
Coming back for a second season. I know that. I thought you picked Castlevania for some reason, but
No, I have no reason to
Maybe
pick
I'm tripping.
Castlevania. Let's see here. Best game direction. Did we already do that?
what? No.
Oh. Best game direction went to Alan Wake 2. We both took the L on that one as well.
Now for the Big Daddy.
The big dog. Wait a minute, I want to see something real quick. I want to see if I actually have a drum roll on here. I don't think I do. So I'll do this instead. The winner of the 2023 The Game Awards Game of the Year is Baldur's Gate 3. You tried your best.
Too slow.
Woo! All right.
What's the final tally here, man? What is it?
I gotta pull that up. So while I pull that up, how about you talk a little bit more about some of the
I can go into some of like the Spider-Man stuff if you want and whatnot.
Please do,
So,
because I am mad confused on why Spider-Man 2 didn't get any, dude, because they were nominated for what, 7 things?
they were nominated for 7 things. They were nominated for 7 awards, didn't win a single one.
Not one.
Looking back and seeing what won and just trying to think of, reasons as to why, I came up with a couple. Now, for one, I'm thinking just way too new. Not enough people fully getting to experience it before the Game Awards because, I got it the second it came out and I just barely finished it before the Game Awards. So I feel like maybe too new, that not enough people, were able to get their hands on it because there were still other things that people were playing. Also, can't avoid the possibility that, put it this way, what I saw on the comments of posts that I saw on social media of people wondering how Spider-Man 2 did not win any awards. And a lot of the comments were heavily surrounding the time and the actual gameplay. Like, a lot of the comments were like, shocker that, some of us actually want to play video games and not just watch them, because those Spider-Man games are very cinematic heavy. And, I still think there's tons of gameplay, but I can understand. I can understand the gripe of people that, if you got time to sit down and, like, put it this way, depending on what spot of the Spider-Man game you're in, if you only have like 45 minutes one day that you can play a game,
mm-hmm.
you could spend 25 minutes of that watching one cutscene in Spider-Man.
Well, we talked about that. We talked about the fact that the cutscenes on that game were exorbitant.
Yeah, now it doesn't take away from anything, but like I said, if that's not your style, and I can't hate if it isn't, because I get it. If you want to play a video game, you want to play a video game. If you want to watch a movie, you're going to watch a movie. So I guess I can understand. So it's probably a combination of, one, the game being very new, so not enough people were able to fully experience it and get everything out of it. 2, some people, that's just not their style. They don't want to, play for half an hour, watch a movie for 15 minutes, play for 20, watch something for 10. Like, they just want to play.
Yeah, of
course. So I get it. I get it. Now, I think that's slightly less of a reason than it being too new, because it's not like it was all that different in Miles. And Miles won awards, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, Miles absolutely did.
Okay, so I think that's a little less of the reason why. If I had to make my number one guess, it's just the fact that it came out so close to the Game Awards. Like, it didn't have enough time
Nearly
to be
enough
out.
time. So you ready? I am going to play this clip, this sounder.
Oh, no.
Because
Did we tie?
we tied.
Oh, dude, it's like kissing your sister.
Fucking embarrassing!
We have to find a way to fix this. We got to do something.
Do you want me to see which ones we individually got correct, as opposed to ones that we both got correct together?
No, I don't think.
Because I have it here.
No, I'll think of something.
Okay, you'll think of something.
I will think of something.
Who's better at hockey? Fuck it, Andy.
I'm not gonna skew it like that. The hell? Fuck. What the hell is that?
A way for you to win.
Who's
That's exactly what that was.
Younger, I win.
Fuck you.
Who has more life to live?
Oh!
I mean, granted, we don't actually know that.
I was about to say, yo,
That was for you to come back and say one more comment like that. You ain't gonna have much more life to live,
your string
I
of
said-
life, your string of life about to get cut.
bro. I said life to live, not dick size. All right, Calm down.
Your string of life is about to get cut.
it's all right.
Oh, and if we went with the size thing, you'd win anyway. So
It's weird to win when you're just rocking a 4-inch pounder anyway.
hey, man, 2 and through. That's all I got.
I never heard that before.
I've never said it before. That's the first time I ever put those words together.
So good. 2 and through. We got 1 and done. 2 and through.
Oh shit!
What do we got? Oh, now I got to figure out the rest of the numbers. 1
2
and
and
done.
through.
2 and through.
3 and flee.
Oh, that makes you sound like a dickhead. I'm gonna give you 3 and just dip out. He said, Wes said, fuck it, I got mine. I'm out of here.
I mean, I don't normally do that, but most men
3
do.
and
So
flee. My God.
most men don't give a shit. They just want their cookie, man. But hey, nah, man. The girl's got to make sure she gets all hers.
Oh my God.
All
This
right.
might have been the craziest tangent we just went off on.
I feel like it sits up there. Yeah.
Game awards to dick size. How does that happen?
Couldn't tell you. So, all right, let's break down some of the trailers that we saw.
Lots of good.
Lots of good.
Now, we will let you know in advance, we are not going to cover everything because we're not trying to give you guys a 3-hour episode, so we're not going to go super in-depth on everything we
Which
picked.
this would easily be.
We picked, now obviously subjectively, we picked what we thought were the biggest announcements that came out, and we'll just minorly touch on some of them. Yeah, kick us off.
So I'm just going to go off of, I don't even know what the fuck the list was. I don't know if this is the list of like everything chronologically that dropped, but I'm just going to go off of just the list that I have off of IGN. And we're just going to run through from there. So we are going to be getting our newest game, the 6th game in the Monster Hunter world. So it's going to be called Monster Hunter Wild. And it looks very, very interesting. You were running through a stampede.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like, wait a minute, what? And then you're like riding this. I got used to the Palamutes in, you know what I mean, like Rise and shit. So these fucking flying things, I am more than confused. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and obviously when it comes to Monster Hunter games, it is all about the monsters.
Oh, yeah.
And you know they're not going to disappoint.
Yeah, and like, dude, between World and Rise, you're talking about over 10 million units.
I haven't played since World, and I still remember how frustrated I was because the last I played, we were still trying to take down this, like, it was like a legendary, like, blue electric stallion. It was like a blue horse.
Oh, yeah.
With this crazy electric power. It was in, like, this icy area.
Yep. Yeah. The same place we find that, like, Palmetto or whatever fucking thing. Yeah.
I kind of miss playing that game with you guys.
Yo, for real, jump into Rise, because it is. You don't need to know shit about World in order to get into Rise. You know what I mean, number one. That's honestly one of the greatest things about this series.
I was about to say neither one. None of the games you have to have played the previous.
No, because I have one on Switch that has nothing to do with either one of these games.
Yeah.
I mean that one's more of a turn-based style, which is, it's still a fun game, but
yeah.
So we don't exactly know when we are getting this, but we know that it is coming in 2025. So I'm excited for it, and it's going to launch on PC, PS5, and Series S and X.
All right, time to move on to a little bit of fucking, and that is mind fucking. I say, mind fucking.
So Kojima he fucked everybody up, man.
I was about to say, what name is synonymous with mindfuck?
Oh, yeah.
Hideo Kojima.
Yes. And when you walk through the fucking PT door, just to like, dude, yo, he's trolling the fuck out of everybody with that.
For those who don't know, PT was it stood for playable trailer, and that's the trailer that came out a few years ago for what was supposed to be a teaser trailer for the new brand of Silent Hill games.
Off of his production team as opposed to him working with who he used to.
And it wasn't long, it was maybe like 15 minutes. It was terrifying and hyper realistic, and then the whole thing just got scrapped. However, I will tell you this, it was so unbelievably popular for one, how fucked up it was, and two, just how like well put together and realistic it was that PlayStations that had that downloaded on it went for crazy amounts of money when people were selling them, similar to people who were selling iPhones that had Flappy Bird. Remember? Okay. How people were spending thousands and thousands of dollars above like normal value for iPhones just because it came with Flappy Bird. It was the same thing. People were selling PlayStations because I thought about it because I still had PT on my PS4, I guess it would have been.
Is it the one that I have?
No, I think No, you don't have my PS4.
Yes, I do. Are
you sure?
You threw me a PS4 before I had my PS5.
I may have thrown you a PS4, but...
You threw me a PS4. Look, dude, I don't know the money you make. I don't know how many PS4s you have in your fucking house.
I just really...
You rich bastard.
For some reason, I thought I gave it to Mia, but maybe that was my old Xbox. Maybe I'm tripping. Well, check. If PT's on it, then yeah, you got mine. But anyway.
I'll split it with you.
So he officially... his new project, which is titled OD...
For Overdose.
The trailer you get... Can you mute this? Because there's a couple other people that are in it. So you have Sophia Lillis. It's basically... Wes is going to turn the volume down so we don't... Okay.
Yep.
So you just... Basically, it's just... It almost looks like a mocap thing. Like you got super close-up face shots of people screaming. It looks like they're going through an overdose.
So I was saying to Andy that I'm thinking this game might be from like when somebody might take a dose of like heroin, cocaine, whatever, and I mean this is their last ride before their body just gives the fuck out. Yeah. So I mean that's like my thought on this, because we're looking at all you're doing. You're looking at a head. You're just looking at a head and neck of people, and it looks like it's all fucking mocapped. So like I just don't understand. Like I am so beyond confused. You and everybody else. And if it's anything like Kojima lately, you might still be confused while you're playing the game. I hope that's not the case. And as he's been doing lately, just so him too, you've seen him in plenty of shit. Yeah. I forget his name. I'm waiting for it to come up. But you've got Sophia Lillis that people may have seen in certain things. I know her from the new It movie. She was in It and It 2. She played Beverly. And then you got Hunter Schafer, which is also from Euphoria. I know that. Yep. Udo. What's his last name? Kier. Udo Kier, who I forget what I know him from. I believe Hunter Schafer is actually either non-binary or trans. I'm not entirely sure. Unclear. But all you get, it's like a minute trailer. You get so many emotions off it though. Like the way the face, like you watch, yeah. You watch somebody get terrified off of something they see off screen. Yeah, I'm interested. I will tell you that I'm interested. Look, I'm interested as well. This is going to be probably one of the highest streamed games you're ever going to find when it comes out. Yeah, and at the end it says for all players and streamers. Yep. And guess what? This is the game that he's working with Xbox Studios for. Yeah. So so this is the one that's going to be the exclusive. Yeah. Which great fucking pick for a goddamn exclusive. I'll tell you that right now. Also, we got the free God of War Ragnarok DLC is going to be dropping December 12th, which is only a few days from today. Again, it is free. I am currently running through Ragnarok. Thoroughly enjoying that shit, dude. Good, as you should. There's some stuff that happens with Atreus in this. Woo! Telling you, dog. But yeah, so that's going to be coming out December 12th. And this one. Oh, I know y'all excited. I didn't know what to expect. So Arcane Studios, who are the developers behind like Dishonored and Deathloop, I didn't know that they were the ones partnering with Marvel for a game, right? I mean, like it probably was out there somewhere in the ether and I just didn't find it. But still, nobody knew what the game was going to be. No. And when you think Marvel, realistically, even though it is Marvel, probably one of the last things you think of. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, the last time we saw Blade in a game is, I think, Midnight Suns. And then before that, most likely would have been Ultimate Alliance 3. You know what I'm saying? So two very different iterations of what Blade can be. And this game, which is a third-person game set in the heart of Paris, it is a mature single-player game. Number one, single player. Love it. Love the fact Blade is one of the best ones for storytelling like that. Especially with the fighting dichotomy of him being half human, half vampire.
Mm-hmm.
So being the Daywalker. We didn't get anything beyond knowing that it is a Blade.
It was just a cinematic trailer. You see him, he's in a barbershop.
Yeah, so it was wild.
Getting lined up.
Yeah, in the beginning of it, he's getting lined up, and like you heard Arabic first over like the intercoms in the city, and then you heard French. I didn't notice it was French until like after I started paying more attention, but like the Arabic, I'm like, why the fuck are we hearing Arabic right here? And then they got to seeing Blade sitting on the chair, but you don't know it's him. And then the barber who's about to line him up has a straight edge, and he actually slices his finger a little bit, his thumb. And then Blade goes, "Don't worry, I won't bite." And then just leans back to go ahead and have that little bit of cleanup happen. And then you just see Blade smile with them fucking
Funny
teeth.
enough, it actually sounded like Wesley Snipes to me at first. I don't know if it is him or not, but it sounded like him.
I doubt it is. I felt like it sounded a lot more like Mahershala, even though I don't believe it is.
Ali.
What other Mahershala do you fucking know in any industry ever?
Smith?
Who the fuck's that?
I don't know. I just made it up.
You fucking dickhead. Like, for real. You an asshole. Yeah, so we're waiting to see what happens with that. This one was fucking sick. I was not expecting this at all.
This is just fun.
Like, I love this. So Sega is coming the fuck back, baby. They are dropping not only these, like, 5 new games that they have in development, but also they also have a lot more. So you have Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, and Crazy Taxi. All of them getting a brand new, modern, fucking current console game.
Yeah, and it's funny because
love
that's
it.
5 of their most popular games Sega has too.
Besides, obviously, Sonic.
But well, yes, besides Sonic. But dude, the amount of hours I spent playing Crazy Taxi, not only because I owned it on Dreamcast, but we also had the arcade machine in Spanky's when we had the restaurant. So the amount of time that I played, for those of you who don't know, we owned a restaurant called Spanky's, not a strip club. Can be confusing. But yeah, we had Crazy Taxi in there. I spent a lot of time playing that. Golden Axe is way old. Jet Set Radio, I remember playing on Dreamcast. Yep. That was dope, just straight up grinding and tagging.
I mean, look, I am fully expecting when the next games we're going to get with this stuff, we have to get Echo.
Dolphin?
Have to.
That'd be dope.
Have to. Just think about it though, dude, because Echo was another one that was like one of the top-notch Sega games when it came out, and it is on like every single Sega collection.
Yeah.
Every single collection they sell, it is on there. So like that one I would thoroughly enjoy seeing, and I hope that they do bring it up.
You know what?
Another one that I do hope that I will eventually, just because it's one of my favorite games off of Sega, is Kid Chameleon.
Kid Chameleon was good. You know what I would love, especially because the new one just came out not long ago. If they could remake the first 2 Shenmue games, those are Sega.
That is true.
Because while it was still fun to play, it was still the OG Dreamcast graphics, which these days is a little rough. Not as rough as some other games, but still a little rough. Still a little rough. So, but I can't imagine that that'll ever happen, because even just to get the brand new game, they had to go through Kickstarter. So
yeah,
I can't imagine that they're going to go through a Kickstarter campaign for a remake. I mean, unless enough
honestly,
people clamor for it.
Probably the best place to do it, though. See, that's the thing. I would rather see remakes and remasters. Well, not necessarily remasters, but remakes get done that way.
Because then
the fans want it.
Yeah, rather than just shoving it down your throat and assuming you want it.
Thank you.
Yeah, if that would have happened, we definitely would have gotten one less Skyrim. That's for sure.
Only one.
Yeah.
Only one less.
Yeah. I can't say we'd have gotten less Final Fantasy, because that Kickstarter they'll reach their goal in one day.
They'll reach their goal in a minute. In a fucking minute. All right, to hit the next one, we have Hello Games, which everybody knows the developer of is No Man's Sky and The Last Campfire. They now have a new game that's going to be coming out called Light No Fire.
Light no fire.
So the gameplay essentially showed building, dragon riding, and a bunch of co-op like elements to it. It is an online multiplayer, ambitious open world game.
Be prepared for it to suck for a year and then be fantastic. Be prepared for that. Be prepared for it to come out and everyone go, uh-oh. And then No Man's Sky, and then the developers go, my bad. And then it'll be the following year, it'll be up for like the most improved game.
Probably. So. I am thoroughly hoping that this ends up getting the accolades that No Man's Sky was supposed to get off the jump.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this will give Hello Games, you know what I'm saying, the right foot in the door. Because they absolutely slammed it on their foot last time.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's totally up to them. They're the one making the damn thing. So, I couldn't wait to announce this one.
You were so excited.
I'm so excited. There's a DLC that has been announced. The DLC of all DLCs.
The load has been launched.
Yes. Launched. Final Fantasy 16 DLC, baby. That's it. Don't really care. Let's move on.
I'm fucking sober as fuck too. I'm not high or anything. I'm just fucking running off of just me.
Bro, Final Fantasy is about to turn into Facebook with this podcast. Straight up. Straight up. It's not even if you enjoy Final Fantasy, God bless you.
I have friends that do. I have friends that
they're probably.
enjoy
I'm not even talking shit on the game. They are probably fantastic games. I'm just so tired of them. I'm tired of them. Please, dear God, come out with something new.
I gotta type that one up.
What, fantastic? No, fair enough. Just come out with something new.
Fantastic.
It's craziness.
I got that one and 2 and 3. I gotta figure out what the fuck the name of the episode is gonna be. Got some good ones. Next one we're gonna talk about is a game that's gonna be dropping towards the end of March of next year. We have from Team Ninja, an open world samurai game called Rise of the Ronin. Now this was incredibly interesting because you have Japanese lore, feudal Japan, samurais, guns, pirates. Like you have a lot of shit put into this trailer.
Yes, they're taking samurai and taking it 50 miles down the road. But I'll tell you what, after the success of Ghost of Tsushima, I feel like you're going to see a lot more open world samurai games coming.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that as long as it like you don't want to like dilute the genre and have like 10 of them and 8 of them are okay.
I mean,
like
we kind of dealt with that a little bit anyway. Like, so we'll talk about this more when we get to.
Is it what we were talking about with the picture that I saw when I said another one of these?
I'm not sure. I can't remember that right now. But like we know that the games like Rise of Ronin and like Wukong, like I mean, you have all these games based off of Eastern lore. And it was funny because it was one of the things I was saying to a bunch of the guys I was talking to during the Game Awards. I'm like, while I do love all of this stuff, you know what I mean, like Ghost of Tsushima and you know what I mean, like Ninja Gaiden and like all that stuff, Shuriken, like I get it, I love it, but I want to see from other parts of the world. You know what I mean, other parts of like mystical shift from other parts of the world, and we do get that later on with these trailers. So I'm actually really excited to talk about that one when we do. But we finally, and I will say finally because I believe this is easy 3 years in the making. And a half dozen delays. Skull and Bones finally has a release date. Whether they stick to it is going to be a different story. Man. But they have a release date of February 16th of next year.
I'll tell you what, fans of certain games, you know, when they got to hit you with the finally because it's been 3 years that you've been waiting for something, man, I pray to God y'all also ain't Borderlands fans. I'll tell you that. Sheesh. Sheesh. If you can't wait 3, try 30.
Right? Right? We also got a new game coming from the people who did Life is Strange and the developers of Jusant, which actually just dropped. That's on Game Pass right now.
Is it?
Yeah, Jusant, yeah. Yeah, Twin Mirror, Tell Me Why. I mean, all of them are from the creators of Life is Strange. And now they have a new game called Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, which is going to be coming out next year. We don't really have much on that one.
They're very good at storytelling, though, so I'm sure.
Yes, the
it'll
narrative that they always put into those games is
They'll
going to be beautiful.
they'll suck you in.
Next one up, we have
Pause.
uh,
I had to pause myself, but go ahead. As soon as I said they'll suck you in.
I mean, look, to each his own. I keep on saying that. You know what I mean? I ain't going front on you for you, King. We got a new Dragon Ball trailer for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which I kept on calling Sparkling Zero for whatever reason on Thursday.
Sparkling Zero just sounds like good, clean fun.
It really does. Like, I feel like that would be in a hilarious Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
I mean, that one would probably be like Bulma or
Sparkling.
what the
Everyone,
fuck is Goku's wife's name?
everyone just compliments each other's outfits and hangs out. No fighting necessary.
No fighting. Yeah, but we're going to be getting, we got another trailer for that, so hopefully we'll hear more news on that soon. We got a new Fortnite Rocket Racing, which I actually found very interesting. It is essentially a mix of Fortnite and Rocket League. You put them together, and that's what you get.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, two very competitive fan bases. So it'd probably be wild to catch some matches in that game.
I feel like it would lead to some major fucking blowouts, blow-ups.
Probably.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Probably. Ooh.
This one is probably one of the... my man grabbed his chest and getting ready. He's got to cover the nipples because he knows he's getting excited.
Yeah, these glass cutters are coming out, baby.
So we have a new game from Moon Studios. Obviously, anybody who listens to us knows that we love Moon Studios, Ori, Will o' the Wisp, and also Blind Forest. Like, we have been obsessed with Moon Studios. And we knew a few years ago that they said their next game they're making is not going to be an Xbox exclusive. It's going to be a console release, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and everyone, ourselves included, because everyone was really hoping for another Ori because of how great the first two were, and they came right out and said, like, that's a fantastic story. We're glad we were able to pull it off. We're putting that to bed, and we're going to work on a brand new IP, something we've never done before. Which
is fantastic. The reason why I love that is because Ori, within those two games, it wrapped everything up.
It did everything you needed.
Everything.
Like, I feel like if you come back with another game based around Ori, you're almost going to feel cheated. Because it's like
with the way the second one ended, absolutely.
You worked this up to this great ending that wrapped up everything that you did and tied everything up with a nice little bow, and now
especially from the very beginning of the first game.
Yeah, so like unless you were gonna find a way to make another game like that surrounding another character or something like that, that maybe. But the
only way I can see them doing that is if they did something with like the bigger, like the bigger guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like the caretaker. That's the only way that would make sense to me.
Which is possible.
But we're bearing the lead here.
Yeah,
just because we can talk about Ori for hours. So we are getting a new game called No Rest for the Wicked from Moon Studios. It is a Diablo-like aerial RPG, so it's over the top view. The trailer showed off some gorgeous world with plenty of creatures to fight and treasures to find, of course. So it's going to be coming out early access PC in Q1 of 2024. So you're talking January to March, roughly. We're going to find that. And then the full release is going to be coming later the full release for PC and then also for the consoles.
Yeah.
But it is mainly going to be a Series S and X and PS5 game. I mean, we're not going to get anything for the 1 or the 4 or the PS4 or Nintendo. So
yeah, and my fingers are crossed that this is everything that I hope it can be, because we were talking before we cut the mics on that this could absolutely do for Moon Studios what Baldur's Gate 3 has done for Larian, because much like Divinity and Divinity 2 that only so many people found and were fantastic games for Larian, it's kind of like the same thing for Ori and Ori 2. How late were we to those games?
Yeah, so the only thing I'm going to say about that, though, is that at least with, like you had Divinity 2, and then Baldur's Gate. I mean, you still were essentially dealing with the same thing.
It wasn't like a branch off.
Fantastical, fantasy world, turn-based fighting mechanic.
Like that was their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
they were still in their wheelhouse.
This one is you're completely doing something different. You're talking about going away from the Metroidvania side scroller, and actually it looks like turning a Metroidvania into a aerial RPG, which is something I'm not even entirely sure it's been done. I'm not even sure that's actually been done yet.
I don't either, because the only other aerial RPG I really know is Diablo, and you're also going to get, and Divinity. They're top-down.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate as well, right?
Or
no?
I think parts of Baldur's Gate is top down.
Okay.
I'll wait until I actually get it on Xbox, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it looks so dope, and I want so badly for it to be fantastic, because that company has put out bangers.
Facts. So we got some weird.
That's got to be the damn title of this episode. We got some weird.
Okay, I'll put it up.
But he's right. From the developers of Untitled Goose Game, we got Big Walk. And I will tell you right now, nobody in this room can explain this to you.
There's not like there's a lot of us in here, but...
Yeah,
so...
If there was 5 more people in here that couldn't explain it.
Yeah, so this is going to be the next game from House, which is the team behind Untitled Goose Game, and we saw a super strange atmosphere, and the protagonists that you play as are geometrically spherical things. I don't even know. Like, okay, so the best way to explain this to people who are trying to envision what I'm talking about, you know the weird, like, bird thing that, like, drops its beak in the water and then comes back up? Like that weird, like, time metronome thing?
Yes.
So that's essentially what these things look like, minus the long neck.
Yeah. Also kind of looks like a snowman.
Yeah,
just green, red, and white? Beige?
I'd say
gray.
I'd say gray.
Colors are a little distorted where I'm at. Yeah, we don't really know much about what this game is yet.
No.
But you know what? After the success that Untitled Goose Game had, I'm not going to shit on it. So I'll let that one play out.
That one's absolutely got to breathe. And I am very, very curious.
But anyway, moving right along.
All right, so moving right along, as you would say.
Movie.
What else we got? Oh, yeah, we got the new Dead by Daylight spinoff, which I find this incredibly interesting. So this is going into the Dead by Daylight universe, which is like all of the like horror, I need to get out of these paranormal areas type things.
Yeah, it's much like if you've played Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same basic idea, but they started it, and they have multiple different killers in Dead by Daylight. I believe they actually just added Chucky. Just got added, or is just getting ready to be.
They just added a new person into TCM too.
They did. Yep,
you got a new victim and a new family member.
That's true. Dead by Daylight, they have everyone. You've got Michael Myers. They've got like their own that they've created, but then
like the Wraith and all those.
Like the Wraith. I was forgetting some of the names. Yeah, you got the Wraith, and then they've added some of the popular ones. You've got Michael Myers. You've got Jason. You've got Ghostface.
Yep.
You've got like I said, Chucky. You have Leatherface, I believe.
So now we have a new game coming for them, which is a story-based game, which is completely different than what we've seen so far from this studio.
Absolutely, and what we're trying to figure out, because it is just a cinematic trailer, so you don't get much, and it's called The Casting of Frank Stone. So we're not sure if Frank Stone is the killer. It looks like it.
I feel like Frank Stone is going to evolve or devolve, however you want to put it, into like an OP fucking bad guy in Dead by Daylight, to where like the next Dead by Daylight game,
he's going to be dropped in there.
Yeah, he's going to be dropped in. That's my feeling. Hey, family's home. And they just brought Chester home too. This one fucking caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting this, but I love it. We're getting a Jurassic Park game. And not only a Jurassic Park game, OG, Original Island, Jurassic Park.
The only way to go.
You see the classic red and green and yellow fucking
the
Jeeps. You see
just a big old grand entrance to Jurassic Park.
You see what's his face's fucking hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude. So you got to see the do you remember what the fuck this one's called?
Velociraptor?
No, that's not Velociraptor.
I can't see. I can't see from here. All I see is oh god, no, that's the fucking spitter, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the spitter. It's
Dilopithecus or something like that.
So
instead of seeing the raptors running around, because think about it, in the movie, the raptors were closed in the freezer at the end of the movie.
Dilophosaurus.
Okay. So the raptors were locked in the freezer at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Then, so this motherfucker was running around, little spitty boy, was running around doing his thing, scaring this fucking chick. You know what I mean? Who I'm guessing is the main protagonist in the game. And then at the end of the trailer, you see the storage room
Yeah.
open, and then you just hear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just hear that,
That's
like, just
pretty damn
the
good, though.
raptor
Yeah.
fucking calls. And it was just like,
Yeah.
getting it.
Like, this seems like it's literally going to be a survival game set in the Jurassic Park world, which is crazy. Could you imagine a game? I don't know how they would work it, but could you imagine a survival game set in the Jurassic Park world not far off from how Alien Isolation was, where the xenomorph was unscripted? Like, could you imagine? Can you imagine just like running around this place and not having like scripted dinosaurs? Like, they could come out at any time, at any place.
No.
So
like,
no two things are the same. Like,
I
that
feel
would
like
be
that
so
would,
sick.
I feel like that would be the most terrifying game I've ever heard of.
That would be so
Because,
sick.
like, I'm thinking about it going,
Random times
the
you should.
Raptors are already super fucking smart in these games to begin with. Way smarter than they needed to be, and way smarter than they actually were in real life.
They're fucking trackers, dude.
Like, dude, it's nuts. And then you add on top of it, like the ankylosauruses, you know what I mean? So you could randomly see them, and they might be defensive because of whatever reason, so they're going to attack you. Triceratops,
That's crazy. Like, I can
Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus. Like, dude, there are so, like, if you're going off of the
all the
first
sources.
movie, but I'm saying, if you're going off of the first movie with the original island, I believe there's about a dozen different dinosaurs that you could use to have that random evolving AI, which is fucking nuts.
That'd be so crazy. You're just running around doing, like, I don't know what the objective would be unless it's to get off of the island, I would assume, or, you know, or whatnot. But, like, I could just imagine you're running around doing your shit, searching for stuff, and you're getting chased by, you know, the raptors and shit. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the raptors just scatter, and you just hear that. It's like, that would be fucking crazy, bro. Get rolled up on by a big ass T-Rex.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, you just hear.
Why the fuck are you so good at that?
Do you realize how many?
Part of me feels like I need to talk to Jess. Part of me feels like I don't want to know.
Okay, so in my youth, when I was a younger man,
Man's got a dinosaur kink.
no, I don't have a dinosaur king, but I was absolutely obsessed with fucking dinosaurs, dude. I had dinosaur books. I wanted to be a paleontologist. Like, dude, I spent just an ungodly amount of time fucking around with, like, knowing about dinosaurs.
Ain't it crazy how life just comes in and just, like, robs you of your dreams?
I could have been the leading paleontologist in the world, finding the fucking dinosaurs that people are finding now. But
One of these days, I just want to find one person I know that didn't sell out, because we all did.
I mean, like, do we have a choice though?
Are there paleontologists? Then yes.
I mean, yes, there are paleontologists.
Everything that we grew up wanting to be, people are out there doing it. So yeah, we sold out. I'm not saying I'm with you. I'm right in there.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I sold out because
I'm a slave to the almighty dollar, baby.
There was no way that I would have been able to do schooling for paleontology.
Why not?
You saw my upbringing. You saw where I fucking came from. I ain't gonna like that.
There are people in better situations than you with worse backgrounds than you.
Dude, I don't have enough lifespan to pay off that debt.
That's it. Nobody does. Everyone that's in debt in college is in debt in college until they die.
We are going off on some wild diatribes right now.
That's life. But
It is.
Anyway, that game has the potential to be very sick. You are fucking batting 1,000 today, there, dude.
Shut up.
My man is having a rough one.
Another thing that we got was a lengthy musical performance and trailer for Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga. It just dove more into the fucking nutty ass schizophrenia.
I want
fucking
to
shit.
watch Wes play Hellblade so bad I can fucking taste it. That's how bad I want to see it. Not only because I think it's just wild for someone else to experience what I experienced. Like, it's a very, very different game, especially with headphones. But also the fact that I had no idea what that game was when I first played it. Not a clue. Like, I didn't realize that it was so entrenched in Norse mythology, which I know you enjoy anyway.
Oh yeah,
So I was like, dude, this game is built for Wes.
absolutely. And yes, and like we've talked about my mental shit that I deal with on daily, and that includes an internal monologue that does not stop.
And that's one of the parts that I'm most interested
Now,
in because
I will say though, it is not schizophrenia. I do not have schizophrenia. I do not have any bipolar or anything like that. It is just a very, very loud inner monologue.
Now that is however what the game tackles though is schizophrenia and what comes along with that.
So
anyway.
like some of the shit that like fucks people up is that while they're doing something, they're hearing like 3 or 4 voices at the same time telling you different things, but nobody's really grasping what like the voice like. Because when I'm watching people play, I'm like, I mean, there's one spot where they're going, I don't know what to do. What do we do? I don't know. Just jump off the bridge.
Yeah,
and it's just like, I mean, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it going, I mean, it could be fun. But then,
yeah, right. Yeah, it's like that weird inner voice that like everyone has, but for some people it's way louder. Like that thing where you're at the top of a parking garage, you're getting out to go in the mall, and you just look over and you're like, I could jump, and then you just go into the mall.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
So yeah, essentially that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
it is obviously never doing anything with that necessarily impulse.
Hopefully,
hopefully. I mean, or thought process, but. I mean, dude, it's one of the reasons why I'm terrified of, like, every time I go to Niagara Falls. Because I stand at the edge of the falls, and every single time I look down going...
But now that you have the headphones that allow for what that game tries to bring, I'm interested for multiple reasons. One, I'm interested for you to say, how close or not close that is to something you deal with on the regular. Which is
something I'm also very terrified to find out on my own.
It might make you feel better because you play this game, you're probably like, damn, my inner monologue is at least a lot less dangerous than this one. But
I hope so. I fucking hope so.
Me too. But I am so, like, I can't, it's driving me nuts how much I cannot wait. Also because I know how short it is. Theoretically, with the amount of time that you play.
It's like a 7-hour game or something, right?
Yeah, like I almost feel like it's more, like you call it more of an experience than a game. Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because like a lot of narrative-based games are that way.
It's like theoretically, you could beat that thing in 2 nights, 3 nights.
Yeah.
So I'm so interested. And the second one, I'm sure, is just going to be just as crazy as the first.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
We did get a look at a Brothers Tale of Two Sons remake that's going to be coming out. I know next to nothing about this title. I don't know anything about it. Apparently, it is it's off of the same people that did Takes Two and A Way Out, so it is a
solid.
It is a solid fucking company, dude. Those guys are definitely know what they're doing. There we go. This one I was fucking excited for too. So we got some more on Black Myth Wukong, which was mainly got a release date, but because this is 3 years in the making, at least.
It wasn't far. What is happening?
Okay, we also have to remember I don't normally use a boom.
I guess we're gonna go back to you not using a boom.
I don't normally use a boom. Normally I hold the mic.
Yeah. Well, your boom's going boom.
Oh, the boom is absolutely going boom. So we are going to be getting Wukong August 20th, 2024. It is going to be released on Series S and X, PS5, Steam, Epic, and apparently the game developer Game Science has been dealing with issues that have been reports of sexism. So hopefully that doesn't stir the pot too badly. Hopefully we find out all the truth in that and actually see what's good. And then next up is probably one of the games that I think I am most excited for that I saw with these trailers. So when we were talking about...
This is what we wanted to circle to after like a half an hour ago when we were talking about...
So when we were talking about like these games like Wukong and Rise of the Ronin, you're dealing with a lot of stuff that's like Eastern lore. You know what I'm saying? Japanese lore, folklore, culture, same thing with Chinese folklore and culture. And I was saying to the people that I was watching the Game Awards with, like, you never see anything African related. And you don't. Like, you don't see anything that is an African-based game that has any of the type of lore, because, like, one of the biggest ones that a lot of people would know is Nyansi, which is essentially the African god version of Loki. He's a trickster. And with this game, we are finally getting an Afro-futuristic side scroller, you know what I'm saying? Like this is fucking this is Ori. This looks just like a Metroidvania Ori game. It is called Tales of Kenzera Zhao. It is a wild looking 2D side scroller coming from Surgent Studios. We're going to be getting the game April 23rd of next year. It is going to be for the PS5, Series S and X, and Switch. I am 100% buying this game.
Wes isn't kidding either. Like when he says that this is like an Ori game, like if you wouldn't have told me the title of this game and I just looked at it, I would absolutely number one have thought that it came from Moon. I would have thought Moon Studios made this.
Yes.
Easily.
Yes.
Like the character that you play moves the same. It's like Ori with weapons.
And it's funny because it actually runs through the same because in Ori a lot of that was processing the death of of a handful of things that happened. You know what I mean? Like processing some really major events. And in Zao, like the main thing that you're tackling is grieving for your father who you didn't necessarily get to be with enough.
You didn't really get to know.
You didn't really get to know enough. So, you're grieving and you're dealing with all these different things in this game. I'm fully expecting to cry at this, by the way. I feel like there are going to be like a few moments that I like, and I don't even really cry anymore. So I feel like there are a handful of moments that are going to get me and I'm going to be like, oh, fuck.
I cry plenty, so it'll definitely get me. That's for sure.
What else we got? Okay.
All right.
So we have Andy's one of Andy's biggest ones he's waiting for.
Oh God, about to get attacked by more swinging dicks. Outlast Trials is coming to consoles. That is the next in the Outlast series. So we had Outlast 2, and now we have Outlast Trials.
You still haven't played 2 yet.
Thank you for reminding me.
I'm never going to let you forget.
That game is terrifying. That game is terrifying because you are equipped with nothing but a damn camcorder and batteries.
It's fucked up, man. It is, yeah.
There's no way to defend yourself. You run and hide and take videos. That is some bullshit. The game's done very well, but the Outlast Trials, I have no doubt, is going to be terrifying. I am sure it's going to pop up when we get started on Freaky Friday again.
Now, here's the thing. The other ones weren't multiplayer, were they?
Not to my knowledge, but like you said, I haven't played 2, so if it is multiplayer,
got it.
Guess who's coming along for the ride?
Fuck. Okay.
And if there's multiple people, like if it's like up to 3 or 4, guess who's coming along for the ride?
Oh, I got a few names in my head.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Let's see here. Another one that we got that I thought was really cool is from Lightspeed LA. It's a game called The Last Sentinel. We really don't have all that much on it. It is going to be a narrative-focused open-world game. It's based in a somewhat futuristic Tokyo. And, you're dealing with people being raised by robots, and then it looks like robots are trying to come in and kill them, and, iRobot type shit. That's the way I look at it. Which ones do we have here? So, all right, Last Sentinel I just talked about. Here we go. First Descendant. So, you made an interesting point with the First Descendant when we were talking about this before we cut the mics on.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying I'm against the game. I'm not saying it's not going to be good, but when you, so the first look that you get is just this astronaut, really, in this, looks like a cybernetic suit and a helmet and all this shit. And every time I see that now in a trailer, I'm just, my brain immediately goes, man, we're doing this again? Because they're so, we went from pretty much just having, I'm not really going to count Halo, because even though it is the same thing, it's still kind of different. But,
Halo kind of sits by itself.
Yeah, but, at one point you had Mass Effect, you had Destiny. Mm-hmm. And now it's Mass Effect, Destiny, Returnal, Starfield, this one. I'm sure there's other ones that I'm not even thinking of.
Now, the interesting thing with this one is that there was...
Death Stranding is almost... you're not the exact same, but...
So...
You get my point.
I remember first hearing about First Descendant probably 8 months to a year ago, give or take. Because they were doing something on Steam to where you could request to play an early release of this game. And I did request, and I actually got the acceptance, but then I just fell off because I think it was during the hiatus, and I just wanted to walk away from anything that had to do with this stuff for that time.
Got it.
So I didn't actually jump into it. So I'm glad that we are getting something from this. It is going to be a looter shooter combat game with third person. So essentially, standard what you would expect, looter shooter games, except for most of them are first person though, right? Like Destiny's first person, Starfield. I mean, Starfield you have an option, but for the most part, it's first person.
Destiny's first person?
I think Destiny's first person. Parts of it is.
Okay.
I mean, look, parts of Halo is first person as well. There's only select parts that are
Yeah.
third.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I feel like this is probably going to end up being something very similar.
Well, the only parts in the Halo games that are third person are when you're in vehicles, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see here. We got what else do we have? This one, Harmonium. So
Just looks adorable.
it really does. It looks like Pixar just said, "This is what we're going to do instead of making a new movie.
Yeah, basically.
Instead of all the work that everybody expected us to do on Wish, we're going to make this instead."
Yes. We're just going to give you some playable happy.
Yes, so it is a musical narrative adventure that is going to be coming straight to the Game Pass. It deals with a energetic Filipina American young lady named Melody Makato, and she is becoming deaf at a young age. So coming to terms with that and just loving music and being a part of everything with music. So I feel like
Prepare to cry.
I was about to say, dude, yo, this one's going to hit some. This is definitely going to hit some spots.
Yep. Prepare to cry.
But at the same time, I am very much excited for it. I feel like I feel like it's going to be. This could easily be next year, like one of those like games you weren't expecting to hit.
Bring your tissues.
And one of the last ones we're going to talk about, because like we said, there were a fuck ton. There were a fuck ton of trailers that came out on this.
Yes, and after this, we'll talk about a trailer that wasn't on this.
So, here I'm gonna let you carry this one.
Do this one. So you got a fresh look at Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. You got a nice long trailer for Suicide Squad. Now Wes doesn't seem to be too enthused.
No, I feel like this game's gonna be fairly mid. I mean, and that's exactly what I said to you earlier today.
And explain your reasoning as to why. You feel like
the reason why I believe that, number one, is because besides like the Arkham games, DC hasn't been able to do shit with video games, which sucks.
Because there's characters there.
Oh my god,
There's characters.
dude, they have some amazing characters, and like you're like this is the most anti-hero story I've ever heard in my life. Somebody who isn't a hero but becomes a hero, and then you have to kill the heroes in order to be the hero.
Yeah.
I don't even understand what the fuck I just said. It was just a lot.
A lot of heroes and killers.
Yeah, because you're running between Captain Boomerang, Deathshot,
Deadshot,
whatever, Harley Quinn, and King Shark, and you get to pick which one of them you're going to be, and then you're fighting the Flash, you're fighting Superman, you're fighting Batman. Like at one point, you have Wonder Woman working with you. But the main thing is that you have to kill the Justice League because they're being controlled by Brainiac.
Yeah.
So because of that, because they're being controlled by Brainiac and everything like that, you need to kill the most powerful people in the fucking Justice League, which just seems...
Now, was it just this trailer that made you feel that way? Because we saw they had the gameplay trailer that we saw a little bit of gameplay of a little bit ago, right?
Yeah, and
I remember, and
that reminded me a lot of Gotham Knights, which didn't sit well with people either. Because
at that point, had Gotham Knights been out yet?
Yes,
it was. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, look, Gotham Knights is on fucking Game Pass now, and unfortunately, I have no interest in playing it because I have heard from a lot of people, and I've seen a handful of things that is like, I don't see how this will work well. I do not see how this will be beneficial. You know what I'm saying? For like my game playing experience. And I look at Suicide Squad the same exact way. Because they give you some weird ass wonky bullshit about how these guys can do their like long distance travels. You know what I'm saying? So like Captain Boomerang, he finds something that something that has to do with the Speed Force with Flash, and has it with one of his boomerangs, and that's how he can essentially teleport. To make it from one spot to the next. And I'm like, this sounds a little over the top, but I mean, the game is expected to release in February, so I guess we will see what is good. All right. And again, there were a whole bunch of other things. We had Get the Fuck Out. We had we had Asgard's Wrath 2. You know what I'm saying? A handful of other things. Some you had another Honkai Star Rail trailer, but here's my thought, and I'm just curious about this. Out of the 3+ hour Game Awards, did you know that the awards themselves only got like less than 20% of the actual time?
I didn't know that, but that doesn't
So only like
surprise
30
me.
minutes.
That doesn't surprise me only because
Because of what we talked about before with the Dubs.
well, not just that. I watch so many award shows. I watch the Grammys. I don't watch the Oscars as much. I'm more of a fan of music, so I watch Billboard's, Grammys usually. Generally, I usually watch for depending on who's performing, and you see the same thing then. Like there's so much filler that you don't actually. There's not actually a lot of time for the awards.
No, and it's stupid. It sucks. But one of the things that we'll drop real quick is a game that we fully expected to get information on and released at the Game Awards, but they actually did it early, which is very beneficial for everything else that we saw.
Yeah.
And we are talking about GTA 6. We finally got a trailer for it. It's coming to Vice fucking City, baby. We are getting back to the pastels. Give me the pinks and blues and let's fucking head on the boat, baby.
Like Wes said, set to take place Vice City in the state of Leonida.
Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, dude, this game is Florida as fuck. Like, it is, like, you have people wrangling alligators out of pools. You got weird-ass, fucking crazy-ass white ladies in their nightgown holding a hammer trying to fucking talk shit to you. Like, there's so many things. You got fucking women twerking on top of cars down the highway. Like, I mean, it is Florida as fuck.
It's funny. You now have, I forget the guy's name. You can look it up, but you have, so the one part in the trailer where you saw the dude with all the tats on his face.
The Joker,
Joker,
yeah, Florida Joker,
yeah, who is now suing Rockstar
for likeness
rights. Whether or not that's going to fly, I don't know. But
I mean, I get it. I fully get it. I mean, he definitely caught notoriety for that particular reason.
The amount, you know what I always find fantastic and interesting about these games? So you're seeing a lot of the same, there's also some new, but you're also seeing some of the same heat coming the way of this game where, you have the people that are already firmly on the, video games can be dangerous thing, these shooting games and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And like people always build this, and it drives me nuts. While there are parts I believe in some where it is necessary, I can't think of all of them, maybe only one. Like they do this whole thing where they're like, any game where the objective is to shoot and kill cops. I'm like, let me stop you right there. That has never been the objective in any Grand Theft Auto game ever.
No, it's
like
just
your
the
main objective. But my point is, I thought
it
back.
It just happens because you do things outside of the
law. But what I'm saying is, I can only think of one time where one of the missions involved you having, if you didn't want to die, having to shoot cops. And that was in GTA 5 in the very beginning when you do the heist and you're coming out and all the cops are getting at you.
Yeah.
You probably have to kill some to get out. But, when you're just doing your normal shit and the heat's on you, you don't have to kill any of those cops. You can just get in the car and escape. Yeah.
Peel out, try to find a way to escape. Yeah. I mean, there's always ways.
You don't have to. Oh, you
away.
can, you can kill and rob and this and that. You don't have to.
Okay. You can also
the option's there.
you can smash with hookers and then take their money. I mean, the option is there. Let alone
none of these things you have to do.
No.
None of these things you have to do. So, like, that argument always drives me nuts. Do I think that there's an age you should be before you play a game like this? Yes, I do.
I would agree with that.
But outside of that, and that is just because I do believe that there is such a thing, no matter how much you're taught about being of a certain age where you can tell the difference between reality and fiction.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, that aside, the trailer looks fantastic. You do have some people pushing back because, God forbid, there is a female protagonist in this game.
A female non-white protagonist.
A female non-white protagonist. One of two, we're thinking.
Yeah, the dude. I keep on seeing stuff like the dude's probably like some type of cop.
No one's really sure yet. There's also something now. It's going to get interesting in the video game world if this is the case, because there are narratives being floated out there that the protagonist is trans. We don't know. Rockstar hasn't confirmed anything yet. Like that literally just broke.
I fucking love that.
If they did, cool. If they didn't, cool. Like it doesn't strike me either way. But like I'm not that person that if the person happens to be trans, that I'm gonna be like, oh, here's Rockstar going woke and blah blah blah. Like I'm not these.
It's the
dickheads.
same shit as those motherfuckers with there's that game that came out on Steam and everybody's up in arms about it because it was created by a fucking gay Furby or gay furry.
Gay Furby. Furbies are real.
No, gay furry.
But if that happens to be the case, that will be interesting because there's a lot of people that are going to have to do some reflection because the people that are the loudest about being frustrated for Rockstar, quote unquote, going woke if the person is trans has no problem with any of the disturbing and disgusting shit you can absolutely do in the Grand Theft Auto games. They have no problem with that. You could go
just think of the entire Trevor storyline.
You could go before 5 if you want. But I agree, by the way, about the Trevor thing. But go before 5.
Trevor is openly bi. He'll fuck anything. He doesn't care.
Even, like I said, yeah, and even if that wasn't the case, just the things you can do in GTA if you want. If you picked up GTA 4 and didn't feel like doing a single mission, you could literally sit down and be like, I feel like just getting in a car and going around and murdering every woman I see. Mm-hmm. Just because I want to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could say, you know what? I'm going to leave most of them. I'm just going to kill all the old women that I see. So, like, it's hilarious. It's going to be hilarious for some people to look at themselves and be like, damn, I'm mad as shit that there's a trans protagonist, but I got no problem with all the other nasty shit I can do in this game.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, they can still see, like, as long as they can see themselves as doing these things, they're fine. When you take that away from them, which is just so stupid, because it's funny, like, I have so many friends that when they play games and you could choose, like you can customize your character, literally choose them from the ground up. I know so many people that choose females.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, like Dan, Dan Gregg, he like, every single RPG game that we play, he is always a female protagonist. Almost always. And I find I actually think it's fucking great. You know what I mean? I find it perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Actually my second player in Diablo 4, I have created as a rogue, and I have her as female.
It's so weird.
It doesn't fucking matter in those games.
The
strength doesn't change.
Exactly. Like, nothing changes.
There are no parameter differences.
Like, nothing. Like, unless I want to know what it's like, what the fuck is the point? It's not like, oh, I'm choosing a woman and all of a sudden I can't do half the shit that I was going to do before.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. But it all, like, all that shit drives me nuts because you got those, they think it's macho, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Dudes out there like, oh, you're gonna be a female protagonist. Gay, so gay, dude. Like, yeah, cool. I'm a female protagonist, and now I just want to go and blow everyone I see.
How many of y'all? Here's my question: how many of y'all picked the female protagonist in Assassin's Creed Origins?
Yeah,
Cassandra. How many people picked that? Because I guarantee you, it's fucking most of them.
Yeah, how many?
Because she is supposed to be the actual protagonist of the game.
Yeah.
They just added the male so that way people wouldn't get butthurt.
And now please tell me, at what point it switched, because I'm going to assume you weren't assholes your whole entire life. So did you skip all the Tomb Raider games? Did you never play any of those? Or did you just hit a certain age where all of a sudden playing as a woman bothered you?
Like maybe when you noticed breasts and might have felt uncomfortable with something like that?
Like, Jesus Christ. Now, there's 2 more things with that trailer. One I find absolutely hilarious, and one that's just interesting.
And then after this, we'll wrap the whole thing up. Cause
absolutely.
We'll do what are we playing next week.
Yeah.
Just because this is going way
Well, we'll have a guest, too. So
yes, we will.
So 2 things. One, did you hear what people are speculating about the trailer? If you watch it, about like how the trailer breaks down. That they're actually, in that trailer, telling the story of the protagonist in reverse. Because that first scene, you see her in her prison uniform, like her prison shit.
And then one of the last things you see is her robbing a store.
And everything working backwards, you can see like different things.
Okay.
And people are like, it seems like they're showing her story in reverse. And like it starts with how she got where she's at, and then it's like almost like those videos you see, which is, you might be wondering how I got here.
Which is kind of like the opposite of Nico. Because Nico, you get everything post-prison.
Yeah.
Right?
If I remember correctly, yeah.
So with this, like, actually, thinking about that with Nico, that actually makes it really cool.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny because then I went back and I watched the trailer and I was like,
that makes a lot of sense.
Shit, if you watch it backwards, it looks like they did this, and this, and that's how you got there. But, so that's pretty dope. It's wild, the shit that people...
Has there been a GTA game where you just end in jail?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying, dude. There's been like, what, 6 games?
Well, I mean,
7 games that come out?
yeah, and the first couple, it was top down. You were in cars half the time anyway.
Yeah.
There wasn't really anything like that. So it would
basically from 3 on.
Yeah, it would have been San Andreas, Vice, but no, I don't think so.
Interesting.
And then the last one that I just thought was hilarious is that the characters in GTA 6, I feel like it's probably namely the women, but I'm pretty sure it's everybody, have jiggle physics. They made sure that they added jiggle physics into the game.
If you do not have the quote unquote, okay, so that's absolutely the name of the episodes.
Jiggle physics?
Jiggle physics. That is absolutely the name of the episode. But if you have a woman twerking on the top of a sports car,
you need jiggle
driving
physics,
down
baby.
the highway, you need jiggle physics. Like there is no other way. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to let Anthony let y'all know about all the fun shit that's going down. And then I am going to type jiggle physics in because I need to make sure I remember that name.
Glorious. It's a glorious day today, and it's Saturday. And we're going to connect with CGC. You can find us at consolegamingcrew.com. You can find us at our email, which is consolegamingcrew@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle, by the way, is at consolecrew. YouTube and Instagram are both Console Gaming Crew. If you check us out, check out Boss Rush Network, which is bossrush.net. Great place. There's lots of things you can find there aside from us. Great people. By the way, Twitch should be returning at some point. It is CGC Podcast. We have co-op Mondays, and we're going to do something fancy for Fridays. I don't know yet. But that's where you can find us. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.
The S. He
hit it.
That's where you can find us. like almost like his tongue was too fat for his mouth.
Fucking. What the fuck do they call them motherfuckers that speak snake in Harry Potter? Parcel tongues or some shit?
Parcel. There you go. Fuck.
That's Anthony.
Damn. Parcel tongue Carminati. All right, y'all. So that hurt. That one actually fucking hurt. Okay. All right, y'all. Please stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't smack your hands on tables. Do what you gotta do to feel good, as long as it's gaming and it's safe for everybody. And as always, y'all,
game on, baby.
Game on, y'all. Be good. Peace. Why the fuck do I keep hurting myself today?
I don't know what is happening. You're just banging everything.
Okay, that sounds even worse. You're banging everything, bro.
Your boom, the fucking desk.
God damn.